this video, we're going to talk about the introduction to notation, but linear notations. And what we're talking about here is actual definitions of things like the lines and the points, okay? And so I'm using the webcam or the document camera so that I can talk about the actual definitions and then show you some examples. So the definition of a line is that it has no thickness and it extends forever in two directions. It's determined by 2 points. So let's think about this. I'm going to use 2 cubes here, okay? These are my 2 points. Yeah, they're big, okay? But these are my 2 points. So I have point A and I have point B. And they can be anywhere on that I talk about. But then I have this string that's going to connect them. And so it continues whether my points are together, closer together, or further apart. Notice that the string is going to continue. And so that's what a line is. It's determined by these 2 points, but it continues forever. So it doesn't end at these 2 points. It has those arrows that we talk about, okay? And that's what this is saying, is that we have this line right here, and these 2 points determine that line. And you notice these 2 arrows that we look at. Nope, let me zoom in. There we go. We have these arrows over here, okay? Now, we have a 3rd point here, and then we have a 4th point. Now, if I look at the definition here, collinear points are points on the same line. What that's talking about is I have to have points that all belong to the same individual line. Now, they may or may not be in a certain order, but they're going to belong to that same line. Okay, and so what collinear points will look like. Okay, so what collinear points would look like in a diagram, they would be like if I had these 3 points, my purple points. Notice I have a line that goes through them. Okay, non-collinear points would be like this blue block. Notice it's not on this line. So this is kind of like my ABC and my D that's in my notes. I have 3 points that are on this line, and then I have 1 point that is not on my line. So ABC are collinear because they all are on this string or on my line, and D is not. And so that's what collinear points are. Any 2 points are collinear, but not all 3 points are always going to be collinear. Because here's the thing, is these 2 points will create a line. Because notice, those 2 points can create a line, these 2 points can create a line, and these 2 points can create a line. But these 2 with this 3rd one doesn't create a straight line. It creates a curve. Okay? So just because 2 points create a line does not mean that a 3rd point will automatically be collinear with it. Now, with A, B, and C being three collinear points, so we're looking at these 3 points, A plus AB being the distance plus BC equals the distance between here. So we're talking about the distance. So if I take the distance between these two and I add the distance between these two, I get the distance between the further two, which kind of makes sense. Think about you go the distance from, say, Sherman to McKinney, and then you go from McKinney to Dallas, and you add up those distances. Well, you get the distance from Sherman to Dallas. That's what that's basically saying there, is the distances. Now, a line segment is a subset of a line that contains 2 points. But here's the thing, is it has ending places. Notice I don't have the arrows anymore. So a line AB, okay, we had, and my pen's not wanting to write very well, and I cannot draw a straight line. This was line AB. So it had arrows on both ends. The subset of that is the ending points. I no longer have where I can go on forever. I have those actual ending points now. And so with those ending points, we have a line segment. Now this line segment is written, it can be written A, B with just a little line over it. Notice I no longer have the arrows above it. Or it can be written as BA. Just make sure that you do not put the arrows above it. Okay, because we no longer go forever in both directions. A ray is a subset of a line, AB, that contains only one endpoint, but then continues forever. So ray AB starts at A and continues forever. It goes through B. Now it doesn't mean that it stops at B or anything. It just goes through B and continues. So this ray could be AB, or this ray could be AC, because it starts at A and goes through either one of those. You have that starting point, wherever it starts, and it continues. Okay, that's called a ray. So we have talked about several different things. We have talked about a line that continues forever. We've talked about collinear points that are 3 points on the same line. Non-collinear points is like a point out here. Okay, so it's not on that line. We have discussed a line segment that has 2 ending points. And we've looked at a ray that has 1 ending point and then continues on forever in one direction.